Very good morning, dear student. Welcome to the Sukha's Point. Dear student, today we are in the continuation of the previous topic, that is the probability. Today we see the axiomatic approach of the probability. Still, we have learned what is the sample space, how we find the sample space of a random experiment, and also we learn different types of the events. Now we see the probability of these events, how to find, and which theory we have to study in 11th class. That we see. So dear students, let's see what is the axiomatic approach of the probability and how one can solve problem related to it. So what is the axiomatic approach of the probability that we want to learn today? So in earlier section we have considered the random experiment, sample space and events associated with the experiment. So we are studying, or we learned about the what is the meaning of sample space, how we can define, how we can find the sample space of a random experiment, and also we learned the different type of the events and how we can divide them in different groups. So in our day-to-day life, we use many words about the chance of occurrence of the events. Clear? We are saying what is the chance of occurrence of any event. That probability theory attempt to quantify these chances of occurrence or non-occurrence of the event. Means probability tells about in what extent any event is happening or it not happening. So in earlier classes we have studied some method for assigning the probability to an event associated with an experiment that we have to see in the earlier 9th or 10th class by giving the total number of outcome and favorable number of outcome. Depending on that we have to find the probabilities of the events. Clear? So axiomatic approach is another way of describing the probability of an event. So here we use another tool for finding the probability of the event, and that is known as axiomatic approach of the probabilities. So what is the axiomatic approach that we have to learn, right? So here we can say let S be the sample space of a random experiment. I have written S be the sample space of an random experiment. The probability P is a real valued function. We call the probability of any event is a real valued function. And also you know the meaning of the real function. Real valued function means whose range is a real. In chapter first we see the function. Function means each element have their unique image in the codomain, right? That associate a uniquely relationship between the two set A and B. That is the function. So here what say? Let S be the sample space of a random experiment. A random experiment we cannot predict about the result of the experiment. The probability P is a real valued function. We call probability as a real valued function whose domain is the power set of S. So domain of the probability, like a domain of a function, that is value of X in the set we call domain. So in probability, the domain of the probability function is a power set of S. So what is the meaning of power set? That is the set of all subset of S. That is called as a power set. Clear? That is the set containing all subsets of a given set S. So domain of the probability is power set of S and range. Now what is the range of a function? The element whose relation with the set X, or all the element of the codomain have relation with the set A or domain. That is we call a range in the case of the function. But now in the case of the probability, the range is the interval. Always we see the probability range is from 0 to 1, close interval 0 to 1. So minimum value of the probability will always equal to 0 and maximum value of the probability will be 1, right? So always the value of the probability lies between 0 and 1. So whenever you are solving a problem, so the probability will be 0 to 1, or in case of the percentage you can say 0 to 100%. Like I got first position in the class, this is the target, and if you assure it means you are sure about it, then probability is 100%. Otherwise you are not sure or you are not getting first position, it means it is a 0%. So probability in percentage we can lie between 0 to 100. No one say 200% I will got this position. So that is not correct way of representing the chances or representing the probability. So in number you can say the value of the probability is always lie between 0 and 1. So that's why we can say probability is a function or real valued function whose domain is the range. Domain will be the power set of S and range is 0 to 1. Okay, 0 include 1 also, 0.1, 0.2 up to 1. Satisfy following axiom. Now these axioms are there. That's why this is known as axiomatic approach of the probability. Satisfying the following axiom. Which axiom? First is for every element E, probability is greater than or equal to 0. For any element or for any event, the probability will be always greater than or equal to 0. So what say this axiom? Means this is we are taking or we are considering this fact. Here we are supposing this is, we are not doing, but we are supposing this or we are accepting the fact that probability of event, any event is always greater than or equal to 0. Means the probability is never in negative. Negative occurrence of the probability is not possible. This first axiom, what say? Probability should be always greater than or equal to 1. Then second axiom, what say? Probability of S means sample space, whole sample space, or probability of the particular experiment is always equal to 1. This is fact. And third what say? E and F are mutually exclusive event. If two events are given mutually exclusive event, and you have already defined the mutually exclusive event with the event which have no common point, correct? Mutually exclusive event किसको कहेंगे? जिसमें कोई common point नहीं है. Then probability of E union F means probability of union. Already we see union means or A or B, E or F. So probability of E of F will be probability of E plus probability of F. So in this way we can define the third axiom. This. So these three axioms are there. Depending on these three axioms, this theory is known as axiomatic. ये एक्सोमेटिक प्रोबेबिलिटी क्यों कहलाती है? क्योंकि हमने तीन फैक्ट मान लिए, तीन बातें मानी है. तो इसको हमने एक्सोमेटिक अप्रोच ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी क्यों कह रहे? क्योंकि हमने तीन एग्जाम सपोज कर लिए. कौन से किए? पहला कह रहा है कि किसी भी इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी कभी भी नेगेटिव नहीं होगी. दूसरी, टोटल सैंपल स्क्वायर की प्रोबेबिलिटी हमेशा 1 होगी. और तीसरा कह रहा है कि अगर कोई हमारे पास इवेंट्स है वो म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव है तो उनके यूनियन का प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगा? उन दोनों के सम के प्रोबेबिलिटी के बराबर. right? So this. Now from the third we get one more important result. We draw from this one. From third we follow that probability of phi equal to 0. How? Suppose we can consider, we take f equal to 5. Suppose our this event is 5. This contain no element and this contains some element. It means they are naturally exclusive event. So now in this formula if we are replacing f as a 5, इसके अंदर अगर हम 5 रिप्लेस कर लेते हैं, 5 रिप्लेस करेंगे तो क्या आ जाएगा? P E union 5 equal to using that formula PE plus P5, right? Now you can say probability of E union F, और आपने E union F निकालोगे तो क्या आएगा? सेट थ्योरी पढ़ा, E union 5 मतलब कुछ भी नहीं है, it means that is PE. You can write E union 5 as a E. So probability of E equal to PE plus P5. So PE equal to PE plus P5. Now E cancel with E. In both sides we are cancelling the probability of E. So what we get? P5 equal to 0 or probability of phi equal to 0. So miss we can say the probability of the event which have no element, that is also 0. Like we call that is impossible event. Probability of impossible event is 0. So again this, if you are seeing the previous one theory, we have PS equal to 1, means probability of sure event, that is 1. So that rule we have to consider in case of the axiomatic. Axioms we are considering, and depending on this we are finding the probability. So that is known as axiomatic approach of the probabilities. Correct? Now if we can say from an exam third also, let S be a sample space. Again you take S be a sample space and containing the points, sample point of S we consider like event W1 or omega 1, omega 2 up to omega n. Like we are tossing a die, we get the element like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, if we have any random experiment whose sample space S contains element S equal to omega 1, omega 2 up to omega n, then we see after that from the definition of this. So from this definition what we learn? So for any event PE greater than equal to 0. So probability of omega is greater than equal to 0. First example what say? PE greater than equal to 0. PE means E where any event, or here we can say point E means at the omega 1, omega 2 or omega I. Omega I means any element of this. So we can say P omega I is always greater than equal to 0. Because we have called the range of this function is 0 to 1. So again you can say the probability will be greater than equal to 0 and less than 1. Because range of this probability function lies from 0 to 1. It means it is greater than equal to 0 and less than 1. Second, if you see this say PS equal to 1, means total probability of an experiment or sample space is 1. It means you can see if finding the probability of first event, second event, third event, if suppose there are 10 events. So sum of the probability of all the events in a particular experiment is always equal to 1. Total जो probability का sum आएगा हर एक event को मिला करके that will be 1. ये second exam हमारा कह रहा है. इसको देखते हुए हम इस sample space से क्या consider कर सकते हैं? Probability of omega 1 plus probability of omega 2 plus probability of omega n. All if you add that will be 1. This is the second example. Correct? Similarly, if we see the third, that is E and F are the mutually exclusive events, then union means the total probability for the all events separately when they are disjoint set. So we can say P of A, probability of this event is equal to sum of probability of all sample points. So dear student, in this way we can suppose these three examples. So you have to remember these examples are very important. Here omega I is called as the elementary event. For notation we can write P omega. So omega I means like omega 1 is elementary event, omega 2 is also elementary event. Elementary event means the event which have only one point. Clear? Now suppose if you see, for example, a coin is tossing experiment, we can say number 1 by 2 to each of the outcome. Suppose we are tossing a coin, clear, and we are getting either head or tail. So probability for getting head here we assign as 1 by 2, and probability of getting tail is also assigned as a 1 by 2. Correct? We are assigning the probability for it. So now clearly this assignment satisfied both the condition of the number less than 0 nor greater than 1. Now you can say either this satisfied all these three axiom of the axiomatic approach of the probability or not. So here you say for any event probability should be greater than equal to 0. तो हमने असाइन इसकी h 1 by 2 किया, t भी 1 में तो दोनों ही 0 से बड़ी है. नाउ से ps इक्वल टू 1, इन दोनों का आप ऐड कर दीजिए. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 that is also 1. Then for e and f naturally experience probability of e union f. So probability of h union t, that is probability of 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 1. So you can say this value will be satisfied. Clear? Therefore in this case we can say that probability of h equal to 1 by 2 and probability of t equal to 1 by 2 satisfy the condition. Similarly if you take ph equal to 1 by 4, probability of getting head is 1 by 4 and probability of getting tail is 3 by 4. Suppose we are assigning these values. So if you see this condition is also satisfied. Why? 1 by 4 and 3 by 4 both are greater than equal to 0. And second, sum of this 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, that is 4 by 4, which is probability of the experiment is 1. And if you find the separate probability and both are the mutually exclusive event, and if you find the sum, then that will be equal to also 1. So here we can say this also satisfied axiom of the axiomatic approach. So here both are true. So what we can say, we find that both the assignment 1 and 2 are valid for the probability of h and t. So it means probability of getting head may be 1 by 4 or probability of getting tail is also 3 by 4. But in the Friedrich theory we are supposing equally likely outcome, and we are taking that, or we are considering that the probability of getting head is 1 by 2. But it is not necessary always that probability of getting head is 1 by 2. We have already experimented with the tossing a coin, and you see that will be 0.54 or 0.555, like this different probabilities are there. But we are assigning as 1 by 2, right? So this may be also 1 by 2. So in fact we can assign the number p and 1 minus p to both the outcomes such that now we assign here what is 2 number, that probability of head. Suppose this is the probability of head is P. Then probability of tail is Q. We have to assign a new variable because there is no fixed value. PS may be 1 by 2 or PS may be 1 by 4 or other value. That's why we have to assign probability of getting head in small p and probability of getting tail is Q. Now if you see, Q means what? If you are getting not head, it means we are getting 10. So P can be also written as 1 minus P. So you can say total sum of the probability is 1. If we are not getting head, then what is the probability of not getting head? That is 1 minus getting of head. Because total sum of the probability of an experiment is always 1. Total sum कितना है? 1 है. अगर आपको हेड आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी P है तो नहीं आने की कितनी? बाकी वाले टोटल 1 है. अगर आपके पास टोटल 1 रुपीज है और आपके पास जो रुपए है वो मान लो 1/2 है, तो नहीं है वो कितने हो गए? 1 minus 1/2. या कितने खर्च कर दिए? 1 minus 1/2. So that probability of getting head is P. So not getting head means 10. That is 1 minus P. Clear? Because if you add this probability of head plus probability of tail, that is head is P, not P. So that is 1. That should be 1. Clear? So this assignment through satisfied both the condition of the axiomatic approach of the probability. Hence we can say that there are many ways, rather infinite, to assign the probability to outcome and experiment. In this way you can assign any value for the outcome of an experiment. Like you can say here example 9 is given. We see this example of what says we are given the experiment and you have to check either this is satisfied the condition of axiomatic approach or not. That we have to see. So let a sample space S be given. So you write down the example. Let the sample space S be given omega 1, omega 2, omega 3 up to omega 6. These are the points of the sample space. Which of the following assignment of the probability to each outcome? Which of the following? You have to check which of the following assignment of probabilities to each outcome is valid. To each outcomes is valid. Now valid means that should be fulfill these three axioms. You have to check. So outcome, here we are given outcomes and value of omega 1, omega 2, omega 3, omega 4, omega 5 and omega 6. Now there are cases for first. A outcomes omega 1 is 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. Second 1 and 0. 1 0 0 0 0 0. C 1/8, 2/3, 1/8, 2/3, 1/3, 1/3, minus 1/4 and minus 1/3. Then D 1/12, 1/12, 1/6, 1/6. These are the probabilities of these omegas and 3/2. And last, that is E. That is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 and 0. Question is clear. We are given the events and their corresponding probability of happening of these is given. Clear? So what is the probability getting omega 1 in first case? 1/6, second, 1/6, third. So you have to check either this axiom is satisfied by these or not. According to that we have to see. right? So if you see here, first say for every element probability should be positive. Second, their sum should be 1. Third say if they are basically exclusive event, but here we are not given either they are mutually, so no need to check, but important is first and second. So if you see these all are positive, so first is satisfied that all probability is positive, so first exam is satisfied. Second, you have to check either their sum is 1 or not. 1 by 6 plus 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 1 by. So 6 by 6, that is 1. So we can say this is a valid. Question say which of this assignment is valid. So first is valid because it is fulfilled the all axiom of the probability. Now second say, in second case, for any element pi greater than equal to 0, तो 0 भी हो सकती है और 0 से ज्यादा. तो यहाँ पर देखिए 1 है, 0 0 और 1 भी हो सकती है. प्रोबेबिलिटी में भी रेंज फ्रॉम 0 टू 1. हमने रेंज बताई थी प्रोबेबिलिटी की हमेशा 0 से 1, 0 भी हो सकती है और 1 भी हो सकती है और इसके बीच में. सो 1 0 0 0 दिस इज इसमें फर्स्ट सेटिस्फाइड. सेकंड नाउ सम ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी, अब इन सबको ऐड कर लीजिए तो 1 हो रहा है. सम इज 1, इट मींस इट इज आल्सो वैलिड. दिस असाइनमेंट कैन बी आल्सो बी कंसीडर अंडर द axiomatic approach of the probability. Correct? Now similarly third case you see 1 by 8, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 1 by 4, minus. So negative probability which is not possible. This part says probability should be always greater than equal to 0. So we can say this is not possible because the probability is never in negative. Correct? So for third you may write a reason. The probability should be not negative. So it is not valid. Not valid as probability never in negative. तो जब भी आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करोगे दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि आपका आंसर है वो प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालते वक्त माइनस में नहीं आना चाहिए. अगर माइनस में आ गया तो आपका मेथड या कैलकुलेशन इज रॉन्ग. सो वी सी हियर दिस इज नॉट वैलिड थर्ड. नाउ सिमिलरली 4c 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 6 1 by 6 1 by 6 3 by all are positive or greater than 0, but the value of 3 by 2 numerator is greater than denominator, so it is more than 1. इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी ओमेगा 6 की यहाँ पर 3 by 2 दे रखा है which is greater than 1. Also probability never is greater than 1. प्रोबेबिलिटी की वैल्यू 1 से ज्यादा भी नहीं आनी. तो ये भी बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि प्रोबेबिलिटी की वैल्यू 1 से ज्यादा नहीं आनी चाहिए. As probability of omega 6 is 3 by 2 which is greater than 1. That is not possible. तो जब भी आप कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हो आपका आंसर प्रोबेबिलिटी का आ रहा है, आपको ध्यान रखना है कि प्रोबेबिलिटी की वैल्यू 1 से ज्यादा नहीं. अगर आपके आ गए इट मींस यू आर डूइंग समथिंग रॉन्ग. So you have to recheck the solution, you get the answer correct. So we can say this is also not valid case. Now last is E 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2. These all are positive. ये condition satisfied हो रही. Now second PS is 1. Either probability of sum of experiment is 1 or not, and you have to check. So you add 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.6, 1 point, 1.5, 2.1. It means again probability is greater than 1. तो हमारा आंसर कितना आ गया इसका सम ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटीज वो 2.1 आ गया, लेकिन होना कितना चाहिए 1. So this is also not valid. not value, and probability of sample space of the experiment should be 1. So this is also not correct. So in this way we can say either these examples are valid or not. With the help of this you can solve. Now we see how to find using these examples, how we find the probability of an event. This is the method how we check either the given event satisfied the axiomatic approach, or we can say satisfied the axiom of this theory. So that we have to see. Now suppose if you want to find the probability of any event using this axiomatic theory, so that we have to see. So probability of an event so let S be a sample space associated with the random experiment examining 3 consecutive pen produced by a machine and classified as a good and bad. Suppose we can say we are examining the pen produced by a factory. There are 3 pens. Clear? With the experiment examining the 3 consecutive pens produced by a machine. मशीन आप पे 3 पेन बना रही है और आपको चेक करना है कि ये गुड है. गुड का मतलब नॉन डिफेक्टिव, अच्छे पेन है जो कि हमारे पास नॉन डिफेक्टिव, कोई भी उसमें डिफेक्ट नहीं है. और बैड पेन हम किसको कहेंगे? जो डिफेक्टिव है. क्लियर? तो इसको गुड को हमने जी से नाम दे देते और बैड को बी से. तो 3 पेन अगर कोई मशीन बना रही है तो टोटल केसेस कितने होंगे? हाउ मेनी केसेस आर देयर? क्लियर? So sample space associated with the experiment. So here we may get 0, 1, 2 defective pen. Defective pen कितने होंगे? अगर कोई मशीन बना रही है 3 पेन तो डिफेक्टिव पेन होने की क्या क्या केसेज है और रैंडम वेरिएबल क्या इसका वैल्यू हो सकती है. जैसे आपके पास कोई भी डिफेक्टिव पेन नहीं आया, तीनों ही सही आए, इसका मतलब डिफेक्टिव होने का 0 हो गया. 3 में से 1 डिफेक्टिव आ गया तो उसकी वैल्यू 1 हो गई. 3 में से 2 डिफेक्टिव है तो अब इसकी वैल्यू 2 हो गई इसकी डिफेक्टिव की. और अगर तीनों ही खराब पेन निकल गए तो डिफेक्टिव की वैल्यू 3. सो वी मे से दैट 0, 1, 2, 3 डिफेक्टिव पेन एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ द एग्जामिनेशन. इनको अगर हम चेक करेंगे तो डिफेक्टिव पेन्स में भी क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है? 0 हो सकता है, 1 हो सकता है, 2 हो सकता है और 3. These are value. Now a sample space associated with this experiment. अगर इसका आप sample space लिखना चाहते हो तो वैसे ही होगा जैसे एक कॉइन को 3 बार फेंका हमने. ये 3 पेन है, एक कॉइन को 3 बार फेंको या 3 कॉइन को 1 बार फेंको. ठीक है ना? जैसे आपका पेड है उसको हमने हेड कह दिया, एच कह दिया, और गुड को हमने टेल कह दिया. तो जैसे हेड और टेल आएंगे 3 बार फेंकने से, वैसे बैड और भी आएगा. तो क्या आएगा? जैसे हेड कहते हैं हम बी बी बी, देन बी बी एंड जी, बी जी बी और जी बी बी. इसी तरह से बी जी जी और जी बी जी और जी जी बी और जी all good 3 pen. So what is it? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. तो सैंपल स्पेस के पॉइंट कितने हो गए? 8. राइट. नाउ इट मींस इफ यू आर असाइनिंग फॉर ईच इक्वल प्रोबेबिलिटी, हर एक का इक्वल चांस है, 3 में से कोई भी आ सकता है. 8 केसेज आर देयर So probability of each one is, so we can say B, B, B. Its probability is 1 by 8. Probability of second 1 by 8. Or getting this 1 by 8. G, B, B 1 by 8. So in this way you can say for each probability is 1 by 8. So that at event there is exactly one defective pair, and event B there are at least two defective pairs. Now we take the events A. There is one defective pair. So we can say the cases may be there, and B there are at least two defective. B there are at least two defective pairs. So we take the different cases for this that are as probability of A and B we have to find. A event says there is one defective. So one defective is one bad. So how many cases? One bad, that is cases this B, G, G, then G, B, G or G, G, B. One defective. And second event says there are at least two defective. So if you take the two defective, then there may be two B, right? Two defective is two bad. So these three cases are there. We may write B, B, G or B, G, B or G, B, B. So these are cases for this. Now you can say the probability of A. So question says what is the probability of getting one defective? So probability of getting one defective, it means probability of each one or sum of the probabilities of omega, or probability of getting B, G, G plus probability of getting G, B, G or probability of getting G, G, B. And each is 1 by 8, 1 by 8 and 1 by 8, which is 3 by 8. So probability of getting one defective is 3 by 8. Similarly, if you want to find the probability of getting at least two defective pairs, D. So this is also sum of probability of omega. So add all the cases this probability of getting B, B, G plus probability of getting D, G, B plus probability of getting G, B, B. Right? So you may see add all these cases. There are four cases where at least only this is the there are at least two defective. So it may be two or it may be three. This case will be also there. The student will write down this all defective. Clear? So this will be probability of B, B, B. So we get what? 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. 1 by 8 4 times. So this is the probability. So in this way, dear student, one can find the probability of each case, right? So how we can find the probability of the event using the axiomatic approach? According to that, we have to assign the value. Similarly, if you see the tossing a coin, that will be also we have to see. So this is the case where we can say each have equal chance, right? So in next class you see the formula for writing probability of equally likely outcome, or how to find the probability of the unions. Correct? So that we have to see. So in this way you can find the probability of an event. In next video, dear student, we see how to draw the formula for the probability of an event. Also see how to find the probability of an event with the cases when we take or and. Probability of getting two events together. How we find the probability, that we see. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.